The Bible is amazing. It truly is the greatest. A book packed with books. If you look, you get hooked, man. My number one and favorite, man. With all things earth related, and the Bible is a synthesis of superhuman science. It can give us peace and silence. A guide to why survival is passions is everlasting. Truth for earth revival. A prophet's proper practice. A prophet's proper practice. The meek will rule the planet, but proud propels the damage. Yeah, that's the verse, and it's a little bit of a tongue twister. But the Bible is amazing. It truly is the greatest. A book packed with books. If you look, you get hooked. It's my number one and favorite, man, with all things that related. And the Bible is a synthesis of superhuman science. So this Bible is amazing. And some of the passages in this Bible are going to teach us so many things that in modern, like in ordinary life, yeah, in our own average modern, ordinary lives and minds, we wouldn't think to do. And one of them is to be in a position where we are doing as much perfection in everything, in every section of life as possible. But one of the most important parts is how we treat our parents. And this is something that is actually in the commandments, the fourth commandments. Like you should said what? You should obey your mother and your father so that your days on earth will be multiplied. And when this commandment is given, it's actually given with the promise of multiplication. So there's something so important and precious about this particular commandment, as well as all the other commandments. All right. So here we are, and this is, Exodus. Moses went down from the mountain, third day. Thou shalt have no other God. Okay, and it shall serve them, show mercy thousands. Thou shalt make the name of thy Lord God. Remember the Sabbath. So that's another commandment as well. But this is supposed to be the fourth commandment. Iniquity fathers upon children, showing mercy to the thousands of them. Shall make the name of God. Why can't I find it? Shall make graven image. Where name of God, labor, seventh day, daughter, 6 days, honor. Okay, so I was looking for this word. So it says honor your mother and your father, which is why I had to find this because I said obey. So in some situations, some people have situations where they're not in a, because there's so many people who might see this and then they have different situations with their actual parents. And when it comes to this, it says uh, Exodus 20:12, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which thy Lord has given thee. So when it says thy days might be long, this is something that's so, like, the expression of this is so different from everything else. Then after this, it goes into the other things like thou shalt not kill, no adultery, don't steal, don't covet. And so when it speaks about the honor, it means that in some situations, you don't know how to obey, but you should always be in a situation whereby you're able to honor. And this actually goes into any situation where you might feel like in a family situation, relative or whatever, like maybe actually a brother or sister or something, someone who's close. In those situations where they do you wrong and they don't even acknowledge it, or they don't know it, or it's your fault, or something happens that even you're the one to blame, and they're not able to forgive, what are you gonna do? Just say like, I don't, that's them. So in those situations, that's when we have to use what we were talking about in regards of the labor of love, and to actually now to pray for them or to help them, because we cannot give up on them even if we do forgive them, because forgiving is forgiving. You have forgiveness, so you use it for giving. So you have to give it, and that's the only way it works. So you have to give forgiveness, and then in that moment, you have let it go, but you're still in the moment or in a posture, let's say, or in an attitude of openness to say that charity is clarity, to say that charity is something like you give without expecting anything back. So we should expect to receive the mercy, the grace that we do not deserve. And the same way we do not deserve the forgiveness we get, we're also supposed to give the forgiveness deserving or undeserving, because forgiving is forgiving. Don't forget it. So when it comes to family, it's very important because in the Ten Commandments it comes up, right? And then when you go into the New Testament, now you hear that if he says that he is of the faith but does not take care of his household, his family, and he does not take care of his brethren, especially those of his household, right? He is worse than he has denied the faith and he is worse than an infidel. It says that in Timothy. I don't know which exact verse, so I don't really want to find it. But if you look in Timothy, it will be there. So it speaks about, so this is somewhere here. So it speaks about that, and it means that there's something very important that is in relation to what God has instituted in terms of family. And this now ties in back with the Bible is amazing. It truly is the greatest. A book packed with books. If you look, you get hooked because it's a book about a family or families or the family, which is where we end up saying like you're born again into this family. And the book that I have, which is the Bible is amazing, it's about this family, and this family is actually the family tree of you and me, which is what is always forgotten. We might talk about so many things in the Bible, but the first thing that came first, and that will be there at last, we always don't even hear about it, don't talk about it, don't even know it, don't recognize it. And it's also by design because it says the word, and words are swords, so the words are just moving. So it's just like people don't even hear it. It just like goes over people's minds, like, or heads or something. And you know what it is? The thing that was there in the beginning, that would be in the end, that we all need, that if we were wise, would be the first thing or would be the only thing that we'll be looking for in this world. And it's in every cartoon ever that we've ever seen, and it's every bad guy's dream. What is it? And then the hint is it is actually like the fountain of youth, right? It is in the Bible, and it's not the river Pison, which is flowing in a villa. That's not it. But the fountain of youth, symbolically or metaphorically, represents the tree of life, which is the family tree, which was there in the beginning, and then it is still there in Revelation, because this tree of life is what we were supposed to eat first and then eat from the tree of knowledge. But now we have knowledge, and now we have the burden of every decision that we make, every word. Like you have to choose your words because they slice. Like you decide each word, you decide, you judge, and now our judgment is going to AI and everything like that. So our knowledge was it was a whole like a switcheroo, because now we're never gonna judge in the age of AI that now makes decisions and judges and things like that. But in the beginning, we had the tree of life, and this tree of life is actually what we call family. It's the family tree. It's the unity that we carve from our understanding of what life is, our life in relation to each other, branches of the tree, fruit of the womb. All of these metaphors are also used in the term in how we describe family ties, relationships, branches of the family tree, because it is the actual tree of life, and we are a metaphor of that real, very, 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 very real tree. We are like a metaphor, like a fruit. That's why, in some senses, it seems like heartless when God like is seemingly plucking the life, because we are like a metaphor of a tree. The tree is more real than us because that tree has life. We don't. But the day that we eat from it, we will now have the life. But then we feel like we have life because we have the Spirit of God. But that tree of life is something else. So it has all life. And it was so necessary that the Bible cuts it off. Like oh, the tree of life, but then it just cuts it off. I should have just cut it off just like that. But then, yeah. That's how it felt when it spoke about what would happen if we ate from that tree. So that's why family comes first. And that's why the tree of life comes first in the Bible. And the first will be last. So that should always be the first thing, the last thing, that outlasts everything. So whatever situation you're in, learn to forgive, but always give family first. Don't forget family. Giving is forgetting. Don't forget to give. Yeah. The Bible is amazing. It truly is the greatest.